And then it goes.
What drives a creator to create? For some, it may be the legacy of fame or the luxury of fortune. But for many, if not most artists, I think they create because they have to. In the absence of creative endeavors, some broken part of their subconscious wells up and presses against other functions of the mind, disrupting them. This quickly becomes a curse as the desperate rattle of a painting or novel or album drowns out all other thoughts. Days or weeks are lost while plumbing the depths and branching ideas of possibilities. The torturous frustration as the clumsy body fails to recreate into reality the immaculate vision of the mind. But the highs, oh those highs, when art flows and you are a conduit for lightning. When knowledge, skills, and training finally align into a perfect focus, turning random, diffuse light into a hot, fast laser beam. This is the feeling of immortality, the feeling that seems to justify this brief, fragile existence. So open that release valve, just a little bit, and let the demons play for a while.
Good morning. Is everyone behaving today? Welcome in. I hope you're all doing well. I am still tired. Sleepy morning. A sleepy morning, and I feel like I am missing we're forgetting something and I have no idea what. Happy to be here, though. Starting to think I might need to start these streams earlier so I have more time to get stuff done. Either that or uninstall SnowRunner. Both are viable options. Best button is beyond repair. It cannot be fixed. Paulbot tried its best. It is out of commission. Oh, you got new emotes, Mel. Those are cute. I shouldn't say I need to. Runery, if you're ever up for it, I want to get an emote from you. The dance is your favorite? That's fair. I like your emotes. I think they're cute. Imagine if your dance had all three heads, Serby. No one would be able to tell what it was. Hi, Seaflare. I think your emo's... Okay. I know everyone's their own worst critic, and me just saying no, they're really pretty isn't going to convey that much, despite the fact that I find them really pretty. What I will say, though, is that the way you draw them, you have a good, like, you make them very visible from the normal size through the color and the silhouetting. And you have good motion to them. And they tend to work very well. It's like most of them you don't even need to zoom in on them. Some of them you can, if you hover over them, see the slightly bigger one, it's a bit easier. But for the most part, they just kind of work, and I really like that. Accidentally set in a way that also works as Telegram stickers. That's okay. I've reused most of my emotes as Telegram stickers as well. What's in the program today? We're working on my yearly talking to yourself because I am behind on it. Good morning, Zaffrey. I've been having a much harder time recently doing stuff off stream. I think because I get too caught up in like keeping up with people or like playing SnowRunner. I need to uninstall SnowRunner. Just uninstall SnowRunner, turn off Discord for a week. Maybe then I can get some art done, but I'd probably go crazy from not having people to chat with. I've gotten used to chatting with people, and I'm not used to balancing that. Honestly impressed. Can you assume recall how I'd act in previous years? You see, the thing about being a creator and an artist and talking to people about things is that I have a track record. Or not a track record. I have a trail that I go back through over the previous year and recount things. And some of them were big things. Like I came out as trans in March. I started HRT technically in February. Yeah, I started dating Serby in February as well, I believe. I don't know. We didn't have an official, like, Serby and I, when we started dating, there was no, like, official, like, there was no concrete starting point. It just kind of happened. And Serby has a set date that is saved as the anniversary. I don't remember what it is. This is the year I gained a sister. I have a list somewhere that I wrote down. This is the year I started streaming full time. Morning, Orca. This is... I still don't know how to approach this one topic for it. This is the year that... Hold on, let me pull up the original Talking to Yourself. Like the very first one. Also, this is the year that I feel like I've posted the least amount of art to my galleries, and I am annoyed at myself. I need to get better about that for 2024. Like, I haven't been posting the daily doodles, I haven't been posting finished artwork, I haven't been posting comics. I've done a lot this year, don't get me wrong. But I really feel like I've been slacking. There's the second one. Thanks, Hugs? Sure. Thanks, Hugs. I hate to admit how much previous years a lot of my productivity was because I just didn't talk to anybody. I didn't talk to anyone between like work and streaming, except for like Mal and a few people in the Discord. But I never did voice calls or anything. Therefore, I just had huge chunks of open time. And those were when I did everything. You know, this is too far back. How did I find the second year, but not the first year? There it is. There it is. I think it's technically the 10th. Happy early anniversary. We're like 2 days away. Okay, so the other thing here that I feel like I need to address in this year's at least a little bit. Where is my stylus? There's my stylus. In the very first one, one of the main things I commented was I was recovering from an entire year of building depression. That I like cut ties with the sources. I'm talking about how a certain friendship, just looking back at it, wasn't healthy. I lost 2 of my friends. It's like that is how I opened up this entire project. And it had been years, and I kind of put all that behind me. Then they came back this year. And that was one of the biggest just shakeups of the year, because I've had a lot of people over the years betray my trust, for lack of, like, to keep it simple. And I've never had any of them come back and apologize in a way that felt genuine, because generally they didn't feel like they did anything wrong. But this has been pretty much the first time in my life that someone has come back and apologized for what happened in a way that just felt really genuine. They didn't sugarcoat it. Like, when they came back, I assumed they wouldn't have remembered what happened, or they would have had their own memory of what had happened from their perspective, but they didn't. They came back and recounted the exact things that I remembered, admitted their wrongdoing, said they knew that, like, they genuinely wanted to apologize for it. And it's just, that is one of the biggest things, and because I went into that so ready to go in spiteful, have them give some sort of fake apology, and then just be ready to, like, no, I'm not dealing with this. That's not what happened. And I don't know. It is certainly a thing. Like, I'll be honest, when I try not to end stream due to something happening in the moment very often. I've ended streams from time to time just due to, like, I wasn't feeling well, I had no energy, something like that. That was one of the few times where something shook me while I was streaming so badly that I had to just end stream pretty quickly, because I saw that message, I saw who it was from, and it reopened a lot of old scars. There's a lot this year. I think I already said it, but this is the year I started full-time streaming. This is the year that I had a bad case of... I started talking with so many more people, but when it came to my art and streaming, I started feeling more and more isolated for a while. That was why towards the end of the year I started I had invited both Foxy Fool and Junie onto my stream, was because doing everything by myself had really started taking a toll on me. Because I had kind of lost my previous collaborator. I've done a lot of chatting already, and I haven't done any drawing or writing. What I do want to say is, let me see if I can go find.
Oh no!
Red Wolf, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. Oh, excuse me. Thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription for 14 months now. I really appreciate it. So the first year I did this in 2021, it was done super quick with just like one drawing per page. The next year after that, I started including a few more. And then last year, I just kind of lost track of everything. And there were so many drawings per page. Like, a lot of these weren't needed. This was not needed. I didn't need to include that. They've also just increased in page counts. Been a while, it has. I was afraid I scared you off. But cute, yeah, that was kind of the whole reason I drew that. Was just, I thought it'd be silly to have the dragon gnawing its own tail, like a snap. Anyone that wasn't there at the time, to anyone that wasn't there and didn't read it, I ended last year's with basically a flag being thrown over at the character. But the thing is, can I find it here? When I originally uploaded it, that flag was not colored in because I hadn't come out yet. And I didn't want to make it obvious before I was ready to come out. It wasn't colored at first and colored on stream, correct. So as I went back and was grabbing resources for redoing this, it was really fun to see some of the confusion and guesses from people about what this was. I had comments like, can confirm Tau still exist in 2024, or someone guessed like, oh, it's about like not giving up or something. And I'm just, it was quite interesting. Yeah, the strange colors on your nose again. Feel like causing a little chaos? One or two? I mean, if you're going to cause a chaos, go all in and create like a decent sized chaos. Create a small chaos, it's hard to grip. You have to remember, there's a bunch of macros in this chat. You need to make it a holdable size. I don't know what I'm saying. Nelly, thank you for gifting Foxyfool a sub. Foxyfool, enjoy your emotes and ad-free viewing. Foxyfool's not even here, you know, which is fair. More sub? No more subs. Actually, you know what? Sure, if you want to give more subs, go ahead. That is literally my income. The other chaos was caused earlier on Mouse channel. Were you doing stuff on Mouse channel? Might have sub for the next 3 months. Fair. It's okay, Mal. I never unsubbed, so... Offline sub train? You absolutely can if you'd like to go over there and do it. I think you can kind of relate to something big, surprising happening recently. Oh? Is that something you want to share, or just something personal that you don't want to get into, but just sharing that you can relate? You haven't streamed since August. I mean, that didn't stop us from doing it to Runery. Morning, Watcher Dragon. And good morning, Albedo. I am being a very effective and responsible streamer. Very professional. You met again, long lost friend. Fair. I can understand why that would leave you a broken mess. Yeah, with the ones I was talking about, it definitely, like, we all recognize, like, yeah, no, this is not going to immediately skip back to being friends. The scars there still run deep. But their coming to me and apologizing felt genuine and honest enough to me that I was just like, not gonna go back to just friends, but I'm willing to leave the door open. And we've been chatting occasionally. The thing is, I don't I don't necessarily have a lot in common anymore. They used to help. They were the ones that originally helped me build the site that Ace and Chris are from. And back then that was kind of what we had in common and what a lot of our communication was based off of. Since that site doesn't exist anymore, there's not a whole lot of overlap. And that's fine. It's something I'm used to because most people I don't have a whole lot of overlap with because I don't play a lot of games or anything. Just how it definitely ripped some stuff back open when it happened, but I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't nice to have some closure to it, to be able to understand what happened, because that was an event that kind of, well, honestly, it had kind of haunted me for years because I never understood why it happened. And it had seemed very sudden. And it had kind of left an impact on me for years, like, of how easily someone you trusted could just drop you. And that's something I'm still working on. Hydrate, vocal training, I can do the things. Alright, let me mute for vocal training. Good morning, Eternal Fam, and good morning, Sushi. Yeah, it's the talking to yourself comic. Did I really write that bigly? Bigly? Thanks, Brian. All of this text needs to get shrunk down a bit. Blue. I want you to know it's purple on my screen. Off. Sister colored. Sister colored. They're purple. I'm looking at them in OBS. Big fops. Double check something. Okay, yes, purple. Switch over to the proper browser. Yeah, they're all purple on my side. I think you can choose, like, each channel can choose their color. But I like purple, so I left it the default purple. It was either gonna be that or light blue, like the hoodie stripes and like the background of the like the blue border kind of thing. If I remember right, I think all of my stream panels are in a light blue. Yes, but they're in the wrong blue. This blue doesn't match this blue up here. I should update that at some point. Also, these artworks are so old. This one isn't that old. Or this one. But this one certainly is. The rest of these don't even have stuff. They don't have images. I need to... on Monday... Oh, cool, that's accurate. How much of this is up to date? I should remove that one. That's generally accurate. Pumpkin Ryu is still listed there? Ah, but you see C-Flare. Oh, hold on. There is a reason that the pumpkin is still listed there. Hold on. Hold on. That did not go as planned. Not supposed to be that big. There it is. I forgot, I can't just... Can I bring this down without, causing the infinite window? If I just change through my avatars here, they don't... It doesn't take into account any of the, like the size differences. I have to do them from this thing because this will actually change everything proper size. What were we on before? We were on the Big Fox. Can you shoot it to my DMs for... sure. Neat system. I programmed the system myself, so... Not... Like, the base avatar system is run through LandyTube. But everything that changes all of the... Changes the positioning, the size, turning on and off the redeems, keeping track of which avatar is active so that way you head pat the correct one. All of that stuff is, all that stuff was programmed by me. All of them are just kind of in here. Oh, this is an old one. This one still has way too much in it. My newer ones don't need nearly as much because LandyTube handles a lot more of it. If I go over to like Gremlin Sphinx, this is all that's typically required nowadays. And then these ones along the bottom, these handle turning on and off the redeems. This handles which cat you get when you redeem the cat avatar. This is the peer pressure system. And the pressure overload. Some of the hype dragons have a bit more. Actually, no, you don't. It doesn't show that here. Distraction, yeah. The Nanite Cat one. Most of the head pats nowadays are quite simple. But because Nanite Cat has more to it, it's a longer one. Also, it has a special thing so Seaflare can't have thumbs stolen. I have a lot of stuff that goes into these, like the Turgatail one. The Turgatail command is a pretty big command here. For what little it probably looks like it does in the chat, I've had to do a fair bit of programming for it over time. Seaflare rule's nice and simple though. It's just every time you redeem it, it screams a little bit longer. The most complexity that I added to it was it randomizes whether it's a capital or lowercase a. Cerberus rule is a single command. The Expresso rule is pretty simple. Pet count, there is no pet count. all of my like lurks, and my shoutouts are I manually programmed all my shoutouts. So when I shout out people, that's my own programming doing it, not like Stream Elements or something. And Echo or Tiny. What is increment? Oh, this is the code that increases how many doors Flo has broken when she arrives. Raffle. Raffle. The request raffle is held on the first Tuesday of each month. This is so old. I don't do these anymore. The new terminal thing, which, as you can see, it's very much work in progress. All of these are kind of left empty. What is this? Or undefined? I think that is actually the... I think I know what that is. Hold on, if I go here, I can manually turn on... I can turn this on and force it to... Wait, turn it off. No, it's supposed to say why is it paused? That's supposed to unpause it. What is happening? Was it factory? Did you name the Stream Deck Elgato? Elgato is the company that makes them. How did that work? Should have received a whisper from the bot. Did something break? On that. Run, waiting. Save. Okay, so then I just need to go and... It's just straight up not working, and I don't know why. Oh, those ones are just labels. Current connection is when wolves cry out. What is this? This is just me attempting to figure out why something I programmed a while back isn't working properly. Let's see. Reconnect. There it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Oh, it's hidden. This is like the symbol for the Paranormal Assistance and Wellness Bureau, and I'm pretty sure that's what all those unknown characters were. It's got a book. It's got a quill. It's got a potion there. This one was a unicorn. It does not show very well in the ASCII symbols, but I did my best. Who's summoning the devil? No one's summoning the devil. It's upside right, not upside down. It is just a symbol for magic. But yeah, if anyone that doesn't know, POB. Also, what program is this? What you were looking at was a program called Sammy. It's what I use for all of my automating. Yeah, anyone that doesn't know, POB stands for the Paranormal Assistance and Wellness Bureau. They, government agency that works with people that were changed by magical incidents to help them adapt to their new lives. Nothing happened? What do you mean? Need that as I'm dragging now. You're welcome. I'm really glad you liked the sketch. You redeemed connection and nothing happened? Oh, you shouldn't have been able to, but, let me refund your points. Could be hidden again. Yeah. There you go. No, you have your points back. Yeah, it seems the programming is not working quite properly. You know, as my programming often is known to do. No, no chaos. No chaos here. Not allowed. We endorse Mischief, mayhem, and gremlin energy, but no chaos. Arson's fine. As long as it's a controlled burn. Just a little chaos? Nope, no chaos. Look, we have a room in the library that's specifically for the people that are pyromaniacs. You can burn it as many times as you need. When the next person goes in, it'll be ready to burn again. It's on the 4th floor. Room 432, I think. I don't know, you can't miss it. The doors just look completely charred. And library floor? What do you mean? Yeah, it's on the 4th floor of the library. We don't have elevators. You're gonna need to walk or fly if you have wings. Did you get a permit for the supervising of and modification of the Fox Den part of the library? I mean, the Fox Den part of the library is available to any foxes to modify. It's self-contained, so. Missed the opportunity to label it 451. I don't know what that's a reference to. Worry about the tunnels. Like I said, Seaflare. Feel free to make as many tunnels as you want. They won't come up in any other rooms. You don't have wings, gotta do parkour. Parkour is an option. Please be careful. There are also stairs. Fahrenheit 451. Oh, I recognize that name, but I don't remember what it is. A hangout spot built under the ceiling in the library. There's a lot of library ceiling. If it's in the main lobby or something, that is going to get taken down. Because there are people with like arachnophobia and stuff. The library staff works hard to keep everything cobweb free. You have arachnophobia. You're currently a spider. You're also a spider currently. Well, that's fine. All your webs get cleaned away. They do. Like, if you do them in public areas where it's going to cause issues for others, the library staff are going to get rid of them. I don't think we have a room specifically for spiders at this point, but we've got enough rooms that we can set one up for that if you would like. Just let me know which floor you would like. Any floor should be available except the first floor. The first floor doesn't get specialized rooms. That first floor is strictly just like books and stuff. Actually, that's the first 2 floors. 3rd floor and up tend to have the specialized rooms. User timed out due to inactivity. Oh, that's why that did that. Alright, I see now why Snow had been able to redeem the connection when she shouldn't have been able to. I forgot I programmed in a failsafe into it, where if you take too long to answer, it just logs you back out and gives you your points back. which floor can you go to get wings and shit? We don't really have rooms that just give you wings. Need a map room? You love maps? Yeah, I'm sure we can find a map room. I apologize, there will not be a map of the library. The library doesn't work like that. Take an empty room on the 8th floor? Okay. No TF rooms? That's a surprise? You have clearly... You have much to learn about me. I do not sprinkle TF everywhere. There are plenty of other channels and creators that do that. Like, you're free to, you are free to have, like, your own methods of transformation and stuff. But the library, my lore isn't typically just, isn't filled with things that are specifically designed to cause TF. Like, don't get me wrong, there will be stuff that causes TF within it. Just generally, it's not saturated with it, and it's not typically that just, like, up front. Just surprised there wasn't any rooms. Look, I have a love-hate relationship with transformation. I enjoy it. But sometimes I can get really annoyed with the oversaturation of it. It's why I don't have a TF bot, even though I know I could definitely program one. You've heard LH? One of the Aota frames has colors off. Yeah, it's been like that for a while. It's because the blink animation is a different file format. I gotta get around to fixing it at some point, which will involve basically just removing the animation from the blink and just turning it into a single frame blink. But that is sadly just a limit of LandyTube. I could work around it. I could find some way to get around it, but it's just gonna be easier to just get rid of that. But no, for anyone that is relatively new or just isn't familiar, I like transformation quite a bit. But I am selective with it. My brain is mean, and if something gets too saturated, I get pushed away from it. So I try to keep it. It's there, but I don't like it everywhere. Why am I getting a call? Walgreens, you can leave a message. What? Wait, what? Rhea? Like TF? Yeah, I know. But that's why I don't have, like, I don't have the TF bot. I don't have a lot, like, my characters don't typically go around just TFing people. I'm not a fan of, like, mass TF. Brain's always going back and forth between, man, I'm tired of there being so many TFs that I need depth. And having good stories to follow is so much better. And I do not have the speed, nor money, nor writing skills currently to do deeper stuff, so all you can really do right now is quick one-off random things. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with doing a mix, because I also, like, I will draw more long-term stuff, like the old 365 Days comic, but I'll also draw little, like, sequences or just single images. but like I said, my brain is just a bit mean, and a lot of it is me trying to work with my brain. I am well aware that my brain doesn't work the way a lot of people's does. And sometimes I'm a bit jealous of that. Like, I would love to be one of those artists that has their hyperfixation and just always loves when they get more of it. Like, when they get to draw more of it, people commission more of it. But no, my brain is... If it gets too much of something, it starts disliking it. It starts getting annoyed. It starts needing something else or not wanting to deal with that anymore. Which is why I tend to bounce between things so much, in all honesty. Which is both a blessing and a curse. It helps me come up with new ideas. But it also can mean that stuff I really enjoy can kinda have the enjoyment taken out of it. Either temporarily or for a long time.
Oh no!
Sigil, thank you so much for the subscription. So you shouldn't just keep getting more and more Ring TS through Donos? No, you should be fine to do that. Just getting them through, like, getting something through Donos, typically fine. If everyone starts getting the same thing through Donos, tends to be more so when things get a bit rough for me. If it gets too bad, I'll just put a hard limit on something temporarily. I've done that before. Both are fun for sure. Tell you if it ever gets too much? Yeah. No, like I'm actually enjoying doing your little sequence. I haven't gotten to do a sequence in a while. I am much too slow of an artist to get to do many sequences recently. And it's just like I'm trying to trying to work with my own brain while not just restricting people too much, because I know that this is just like... I had to find the balance, because I am aware that because my brain is constantly shifting, it makes it really hard for people to know what is and isn't okay to do, because it makes it really hard for me to know what is and isn't hard to do. Or isn't okay to do. But so it's like everything else, it's a balancing act. Do I count drawing a character as a different species as TF? I mean, it can be implied TF. But that doesn't typically... It really depends. Because I enjoy drawing implied TF. But if it's a character reacting, that feels more TF to me. If it's just a character as a different species, that's not really a TF in that sense, like as far as counting against something. Posture stretch. ADHD, anxiety, depression combo got the worst executive. I feel that. I've got ADHD, anxiety, and autism. Stretch. Very happy with how I made the noodle look good. I'm glad. Also, need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Alright, back. But yeah, I'm kind of learning more and more. I'm finding more and more limits to how my brain works. And sometimes that's good. It helps me understand and work with it. But other times I'm just like, brain, please. What am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to work around this, please? And I feel so bad because I know that oftentimes when I hit those ones, it will inevitably affect how I do my streams or what people are able to ask for from me for like art and stuff. And I don't like when that happens because I like being in control of that, not letting my brain be tugging me along in different directions. So uncomfortable with TF, still love them perfectly fine. I've had a lot of people tell me how they don't follow transformation except for mine, or like how I'm the only transformation artist they follow, and I'm just like, that always feels like such a huge honor. But I also know that it's probably just because I sit in that little side area where I don't cater to the hardcore transformation community. I don't draw a mainstream TF. If you've ever wondered why, it is because of the very brain reasons I talked about earlier. Well, it is partially because of that. I find more enjoyment in the character around the TF than the TF itself. But also just the whole oversaturation pushing me away thing. I also have like a few things that shape my comforts in TF. Like I don't like mass TF because that's just forcing something onto so many people that don't want it just to entertain one or two people. I don't personally like mental change because I personally, due to years of masking, I like having control of myself. So the thought of having like some sort of mental change or something, that makes me really uncomfortable. Though I know for a lot of people, identity change in TF is one of the appeals. Pokemon's a big one for me because that's so much of like the safe for work side of transformation is Pokemon focused. There's so much of it. And 95% of the time I don't like Pokemon transformation. I don't like from the very beginning when I started drawing TF, I've never liked IP TF, like TFing into a character, a game species or something like that. It's not my thing. But Pokemon in particular, I don't know what to do with them. Like, they all look the same. If you're a Squirtle, you're a Squirtle. You can make you shiny. You can add like a scarf or something. Or heck, you can start going off model, but once you're off model, that kind of defeats the point of it. Like, Pokemon are all supposed to look the same. Oh, this is cool, but everyone likes it, followed by, I want this now, but is it too late once the trend is over? You want to know the worst part? Or one of the worst parts for me? There is... There isn't really a kind way, or like a way to express to someone that the oversaturation of something is causing me to be pushed away from it without them feeling like they did something wrong and they have to, like, and making them feel bad for enjoying it or something. And I don't want to take away people's enjoyments of stuff. That is not my goal. I want people to enjoy things. So I'm just I'm always frustrated at my brain. It's like, why do you have to be like this? Why can't we have nice things? What item in my past led to this behavior? The amount of nanosexual art you commissioned from... There have been a few times where, when they were in quick succession, I'm just kind of like, I don't know what else to do, but the fact that you get, little character things of it definitely helps. I don't typically have an issue drawing the same character over and over. I think it's more if I draw like the same thing over and over. If that makes sense. Like the same concept over and over. Hi Peanut, welcome in. Thank you again for thank you for the 8 months of subscription. How you doing today? Oh, we have a new fox rule. Fox rule number error. You are a fox, you are a fox, you are a fox. Oh, now we have 2 of those. Certain topic types of things. Like when everyone was drawing wanted plushies, for example. That was burning me out on those super quickly. I've had a few stints where I've kind of burnt out on Noodle Dragons, even though I love drawing Noodle Dragons, and I just never said it because I didn't want people to feel like they couldn't get Noodle Dragons. Because people really enjoyed them. And every time with the Noodle Dragons, I enjoy them enough that I tend to come back. So, like, you enjoy it more if you have him, for example, use different... No, like I said, Sigil, it's, drawing the same character multiple times doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy drawing the Nano Sigil. Like, the Nano Sigil design. I think the only times I've particularly had issues with drawing the same character over and over was someone that kept bringing it back and just was saying, like, do something to surprise me. Or do what you think this character would do. I'm just like, I don't know you, I don't know your character. Give me something to work with, please. But that was all they did. It was a goddess character. It was a goddess character that always TF'd people into foxes. You know, that incredibly original archetype. So all I ever did was draw them in mundane, day-to-day scenarios where the godness didn't come into account. Alright, see ya, Red Wolf. Thank you for stopping by. You doing alright? Just chilling? We'll be working on the commissions after? I'm doing alright. We're just chatting about brain stuff. I started on my, talking to yourself for the year, and then we got distracted. Hey, Ben. Thank you for stopping by. Work lurking so you can't stick around? I appreciate the lurk. Thank you. you ever request something you're feeling burnt out on, feel free to let you know, because you always get 50 ideas you want to do. If something's ever bad enough, I will do it. Or I'll bring it up. I have a few times, but I tend to try not to, because if I have to go through that, it can kind of crash my mood for the rest of the, or it will crash my energy for a good chunk of the rest of the stream. So I generally just try to roll with it. So literally no directions given. Yeah, that's why when people ask if they can just give me a character, I always say, it's like, I'd prefer you give me something else to work with. Like, give me a little bit. Because back in the day, I used to just draw characters. Back when I did it for free, when I did raffles, and people weren't paying actual money, I'd oftentimes take whatever people gave me and put a twist on it to try to come up with something they would still enjoy, but it was what they asked for, but wasn't what they meant. But I tried to do it in a way that was still a good drawing that they'd enjoy. And I don't do that anymore now, because actual money is involved, and I don't want people paying for stuff they didn't ask for. Because that just... But I still try to get creative with them when I get ideas. Love having full creative liberty, but you're also like, am I just giving no direction? Yeah, I know a lot of artists like creative freedom or provide that as an option, but for me, during the dono streams, I'm drawing so many different things that I don't tend to have the time or the energy to sit there, try to come up with some unique scenario. Like, even just like the most, even just like a little simple thing. Chimera, thank you so much for the 100 bits. It's like Crow, but he's best with the Demon Core. I mean, that would be a simple thing, but like, even just simply like saying just relaxing, or giving a brief summary of the character or something to give me a personality feel if you aren't looking for a specific scenario. And the other thing with Dono Doodles is like, they're not designed for the whole like back and forth iteration process of like a full scale commission. Reference photo with a certain pose, mood. I do prefer, like, even if your reference has the pose, mood, I prefer something else given in the description, because then if I had to draw them again the next time, I still only have that same description to work off of if it's just going off the reference image, and I'll be kind of left with a blank plate because I already used them for last time. But yeah, a reference, like, if you, I may have mistranslated that. Like, if you include a reference and then give like a pose or a mood, that's fine. That's fine. I initially thought you meant like when people include the personality on the ref sheet. Very tangent, but it's really funny the moment when you finally became comfortable sharing your furry stuff publicly on Twitter. Just happened to align with when you were writing Demon Core memes. Really funny. Ah, okay. That's fair. Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay. Stretch, grip check. I shall do the things. Hydrate. I apologize to everyone that came here for art and just has gotten nothing but me talking about my brain being mean. I mean, it's appropriate for what we're drawing today, but drawing in big quotes there. Came for art and had a great time talking about this. Came here for the background noise, NTF. Just for art and my distractions. A full reference zip file for your characters apart from standard images you have in design docs. Why supplementary information? Fair. Came here for me. Aw. Even if you're the cause of said distractions. You very often are. But that's okay. That's why we're here. Gotta say, bless TG stuff and how gender bending is generally more accepted and seen less as a TF thing, letting you... That's not always true. For a lot of people, gender is a lot more of a personal thing than like their species. Like if you find someone and just draw them as different species, it'd be like, oh, okay. If it's not really their thing, they'll just kind of like, okay, but if you find someone that and just draw them as the opposite gender without asking them or anything, I found that tends to be a lot more uncomfortable for people and tends to be a lot more upsetting if it's someone that isn't somewhere on the gender spectrum. That's why when like sometimes I will do little TFs to people, like turning someone into a dragon. But I have a hard rule that I never gender bend anyone unless I am explicitly sure that they are okay and comfortable with it. Or that they have agreed to it being a possibility, because there was when I did the Kigu TFs, they were all randomized and every person that entered it had an equal chance of ending up male presenting, female presenting, or non-binary androgynous. There's a slight layer, species has a slight layer dissociation. You're always fine with any gender stuff for your character. Yeah, consent's very important. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't promise I'll remember that for you. But it's good to have, like, it's good to be clear with people how you feel on that. The important thing is to not project stuff onto other people for gender stuff. Use a label. Must be like this. Yeah, please. Please stop doing that. Like, so many people do that. And please stop trying to... please stop trying to predict or see through someone as trans before they decide whether they are or not. That is not your decision. I had so many people telling me that I was going to end up as trans before I eventually figured it out myself, and all of them doing that just pushed me further away from it. It's just like, can't wait for when wolves cry out to realize that they're actually a girl because they draw all the gender bender stuff. Stop it. Just stop. It's so disrespectful. Green Dragon. Yeah, worst case, they're not. You made them really uncomfortable. Yeah, and it's like, there are going to be people that are less, that don't fall into the stereotype of a gender. And there's going to be other people that be like, yep, they're trans. Even though they're not. They're just not like the stereotypical guy or the stereotypical girl. And that's just not good. Don't do that to people. Let people be who they want to be. Stop trying to assign stuff to them. Still waiting to find out who is Rhea. I'm still trying to figure out who I am. It's confusing. My brain is confused. My brain doesn't like working with me very much, so I'm trying to work with it. But I have made progress, because if I tried to talk about any of this a year ago, my brain would have caused me to just lock up and stop talking and be unable to get any words out. I have made progress. I've still just got a fair bit to go. Good rule is just talk about your... When I did come out, I had so many people telling me, it's like, I knew it. I knew you were trans. Then also I had people just like, oh, I did not expect you to be trans, and I normally have a pretty good eye for who is and isn't trans. Or I'm pretty good at figuring out who is and isn't trans before they do. It's just like, a lot of those comments, the way they were delivered to me, just felt so uncomfortable, especially since a lot of them weren't ones I asked for, because I am a public figure in that sense. Like, I posted online that I'm trans. I just had a bunch of people come to me as just like, I knew you were trans, or I did not see this coming, and I'm normally pretty good at it. And it's like, stop it. Please. I don't need this. Talk about one's own experience and just be. If someone relates, they'll figure out in their own... I've been told that me sharing my experiences has helped at least a few other people realize, like, learn more about themselves. And that makes me so happy that I can help with that. Because a lot of these things I talk about so much because I never got to hear them from anybody. They're things that I wish they were either like, oh yeah, everyone has that, or just nobody else has that. And when I eventually did hear even just a little bit of it that I could relate to with some others, that it was just like kind of eye-opening. And that's why I try to be pretty open about my experiences. You do not suspect a thing. You're a simple creature. You CTF, you like. Hearing that you've had influence in making several friends realize they're ace too. Just, oh, you're so flattered. A lot of the people in my community have ended up being ace, and several of them are also aromantic. And prior to getting to chat with a lot of them, I never met another Arrow Ace. So it was really nice hearing their experiences and hearing how much they lined up with my own. And it was really reassuring to hear that it's like, oh, there are other people that feel this. I'm not just making it up. Because there were times where I had doubts in myself, like many people do. I'm gonna go get something else to drink. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Doesn't help that Area Ace is such a huge umbrella and poorly defined for most folks. Yeah. And Arrow Ace tends to be really downplayed anyway. Because so many people find it so difficult to conceptualize that people don't experience those attractions. Sometimes even the littlest gestures of support can mean a lot to someone. Whether it be just making it clear that you support them, if they're testing something out, be one of the people that go out of the way to encourage it without pushing them. Stuff like that. You don't have to do like any world-changing thing. Just little things can mean the world to people. I like to say nice things about people to them. Apparently, to many folks, this is flirting. I still don't know what or how to flirt or when someone's flirting with me. I just be nice to people. That's all I try to do. Can I say one? I don't mind being ace. I'm quite fine with it. I have one complaint. I have friends that draw 18 plus art that they're really good friends. And I want to support them. I want to be able to engage with their stuff. But I am just way too ace for it, and I'm just like, I can't. I'm so sorry. I want to be able to, but I can't. That is my only complaint about being ace, is that I am locked out of so many friends' like so many of my friends' works. Sex repulsed ace is tough. Like, I'm not even just a sex repulsed ace, I don't even like nudity. And that's something I'm really trying to work on just in my personal life, is trying to get my brain to recontextualize nudity away from being something taboo into being something more mundane. Especially as I'm going through transition and stuff. So, yeah. I'm trying. It's not the easiest. Anything you upload on Meow isn't comfortable for you? Look, is there stuff on social media that bothers me? I just scroll past it. I'm not gonna police what others can and can't do. If someone posts too much that makes me uncomfortable, I just unfollow them. I will say that Mastodon has a much better filter system than like Twitter does, because on Twitter, once you unhide something, you can't rehide it. And on Twitter, it's a toss-up if something is hidden for a legitimate reason or isn't. On Mastodon, if typically if something's hidden, there's a content warning, and or it's more appropriately like hidden. And if I unblock it and don't like it, I can just rehide it. What's Meow? Meow.social is just one of the furry Mastodon instances. Kind of like with swearing. I don't swear much. But I don't care if people swear around me. I'm an adult. They're adults. They can do what they want. I'm not gonna try to police them. All I ask is if that you're on my stream, you try to keep it in check. Like, I don't generally tell people not to swear in the chat, but if they start going just crazy with them, I will step in. If I have guests on stream, I typically try to keep the swearers out of that. I've had people be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for swearing in front of you." I'm just like, I don't care. You're an adult. Do what you want. I save swears for when it's important. Because when you never swear, those few times you do throws people off and really shows the impact of what you're saying. If you swear constantly, it loses all its impact. The two times I tend to swear, when I need it for impact or if I'm quoting someone. If I am quoting someone because my brain, I guess, doesn't register it so much as my own words. If I'm quoting someone, I'm much more likely to slip up and say the actual swear. Or if it is needed for the context, I'll just, say it as it was written or said. Rarely for anger. Mine isn't normally anger. Again, mine is normally intentionally used for effect to show like there aren't, for example, there aren't many times where I've just straight up said F someone. The few times I have is because that person really, really messed up or hurt someone that I cared about. What does AOTA stand for? AOTA stands for all of the above. Back when there was only 3 avatars, it was the tiger, the sphinx, and the noodle dragon. And someone had taken all 3 of them and combined them into one singular design, and that's AOTA. So according to my sister, I do tend to swear a bit more when I'm in a particularly rough mental state. I guess I just don't catch myself as much. I don't have the energy to hold those vultures. Or I just, if I'm in a bad mental state, it's often because something happened that feels relevant to use those words for. All the above would be funny to see. And all the above now would just... There's wouldn't be any recognizable enough elements to tell where each thing came from. Because the way this one was designed was it took any recurring elements from the 3 of them and included that in it. Like, 2 of them had wings, so it got wings. Most of them had, like, 2 of them had the orangish color, so it got the orangish color. 2 of them had horns, so it had horns. It got the noodle dragon's long neck and tail. It got... Yeah, it just... I'll be honest, I'm not great at designing more complex characters. The characters that I design tend to be quite simple. I designed the Sphinx. I designed the dragon. I designed Cat. The Anthro Dragon. I designed that one. I designed this fox here. Isn't really its own character. I designed Sal, who's just a fox with 10 tails. I did not design the Manticore. I did not design AOTA. I did not design Tiger. I suppose those are the main ones I didn't design here. But we were on Candy Corn Manticore. Displacer Beasts. Displacer Beasts are fun. I still gotta finish my Glitch Saber. You know, remember when we had the possibility of being productive this stream? I feel like we lost that a while ago. What am I trying to get done? I want to get work done on the talking to yourself. Sigil. We could put every person in this chat on the wheel, and it would still land on you. I'm just putting that there. Y'all can choose to watch that at your own free will if you want. I will be right back. I am back, and Aspen Jag, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Makes you feel bad sometimes. Sigil, you're good. Just... share some of that luck with others sometimes. It took till they were on like the 4th emote for me to win my first one. By that point, the one that I wanted had kind of been oversaturated to the point that my brain did the thing that we were discussing earlier. So I was like, I don't know what to get. I ended up getting the math one. I originally wanted the fire one, but the fire one is... I see it so much now that it's lost all meaning. So I just got the math one because it was the newest. This was felt so bad because, well, one, I accidentally mentioned it to Junie again when they were on my stream, and I immediately realized that I shouldn't have, because I'm sure it made them feel bad, but just it took me so long to win that because of the way my brain works and I'm susceptible to addiction and such, that because it took so long for me to win even my first one, I had to actually stop entering for a while because my brain just was basically, I was taking negative hits every time that I entered, and that was just another tick on the list of ones I had entered and not won. And it wasn't even like the chances were getting higher because new ones kept getting added, therefore the people that had won before could get the new ones. That's just how raffles work. That's on me and my brain for just being susceptible to that kind of stuff. But I don't want to make Junie feel bad about running the raffles or anything. Good afternoon, Griff Stream Drake. How you doing today? You have that with art that the artist chooses the peeps that get drawn. That's how I run my commissions, but I'll be honest, part of the reason that's how I run my commissions is the whole thing I said earlier about needing to be selective with stuff. And I'll be honest, if I find an idea that I like, I'm gonna want to pick that. And I like, if there's someone in there that has never gotten one before, I like trying to give them a slot. Unless it's like someone that has never gotten one before and I don't like their idea, I'm not going to give it to them. I'll be honest, there's a reason I don't commission many artists. When I do commission artists, it tends to be the same few ones. I can't do that either. I can't, my brain doesn't handle well the entering for a chance to win. It's the same reason I try not to enter like raffle commissions very often, like when people do a raffle for who gets the next commission on their stream. Which is, I get the irony, seeing as I used to run raffles all the time. But that was kind of the only fair way to do it at the time. Like, the fairest way to do it at the time, because there was just so many people. Cooldown? What's the what are you trying to check, Coffee Mancer? Most of the comms you get are from people who never have a full list. I have certain artists that I really want to get a commission from that they only rarely open their slots, and I just hate the game of trying to keep up with social media for when they open and hoping I get in like the 5 minutes that they're open before they fill up. So again, I just don't very often. Therefore, I just throw all my money at other Twitch streamers to support them. In fact, you know what? I'm going to point everyone to a Ko-fi right now. Of a very good bean who deserves the support and affection. I'd throw another coffee at them myself. I just did so like a day or two ago. Needs to stop. I want to commission more. I don't have the money for it right now anyway. I don't have the money to pay artists as much as I want to commission them. So I just need to not commission until I have enough to pay them enough for the work. Hi, Shruby. What am I drawing? That's an excellent question. I haven't been drawing anything for like the past hour or two. But I'm supposed to be drawing this year's Talking to Yourself. A little series I do at the beginning of each year where the me at the start of this year talks to the me at the start of last year to kind of recount the progress we've made over the past year. Also, Lil Cruz 1234, thank you for the follow. Nice. Yeah, it's something I've done for the past couple years. But we've been very distracted by discussions. Hi, Sigil. You just found out? Did he just find out? A list of things that we're chatting about this year. You know, Citra's birthday was 7 days ago.
The meek shall inherit the earth.
Hard to believe it's been a full year since then.
Destroy the core.
God, my brain is just blanking as I'm trying to get back into writing this. We've gone through so many topics today. And I've still got like 2 hours left of stream. Heck. I'm gonna do the majority of the actual writing off stream. Just doing like quick plot points here to guide the art. Need this one as much anymore. So let's see. Hello, Cap. What you doing this morning? Good morning, Blue Raid. Back to drawing now. We've been drawing the whole time. I would never be distracted. Hi again, Peanut. I don't know what you're talking about. I did nothing. I am completely innocent. Kind of did the thing you wanted to do since Sunday. Jelly bullied you into doing it. How are things going here? We're supposed to be working on talking to yourself, but we got distracted by a lot. I need to draw more art for Peanut at some point. I don't know what or when. I don't know if I'll actually manage it. I want to try. Next time she's streaming, I'll just... Well, not next time she's streaming. Someday when she's streaming. If I actually do it, I'll just throw it to her then. Or worse, when she's on someone else's stream. Nobody tell Peanut I said that though. All right, you understand? Definitely don't. Definitely don't. Because I'll be honest, I don't know if I'll actually remember to. I don't want to get hopes up. draw for Peanut anyway. I have an idea. Okay, yeah, I have an idea. Hey, Foxy Fool, how's it going? Going good? Excellent. How am I? A bit all over the place. Not in a bad way. We had a lot of discussions. We were talking about stuff like boundaries, my brain being mean, transitioning, bunch of stuff, because we're supposed to be working on my yearly talking to yourself, where we kind of recap the previous year. Brain being mean is a mood, sadly, yeah. My brain's just unfortunately mean in a way that is really inconvenient for me as a creator. It is good to talk about. And like it helps me kind of get it out from just being circling in my brain, and some things maybe there's other people that relate to it and need to hear that they're not the only one experiencing it. Why do I have smudges on my glasses? What did I get on them? don't know why I have an old unfinished animation from 365 days up on my other screen. And oh, I'm just realizing something about it that I didn't back at the time. Anyway, back to drawing, back to drawing. I need to focus. Looking at that gives me ideas for future things. I have other thoughts on my mind. Why is it so hard to just focus on the thing I'm working on? You didn't realize what was... Wait, you didn't realize what was that involved? What software do I use for the avatar stuff? Or for the PNG Tuber stuff? I use LandyTube as a base, and then a lot of my own programming layered on top of it. For the peer pressure, that's, I just did that in Sammy. It just keeps track of a variable and then turns on and off the different animations as it goes. That's this one here. Each time it's redeemed, it increases the variable by 1 because it starts at 0. and then it checks what the variable is and turns on and off the correct things. So if it's at 1, it does that. If it's 2, it does this. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, a lot of this... Actually, no, most of this is still needed. Then when it gets to 6, it switches it back over to LandyTube, where it shows the smaller dragon. It turns on the pressure overload, turns off the peer pressure. It resets the peer pressure variable back to 0 for next time. It turns back on the head pats. And it resets the all of the animations for the next time. Then from there, it switches to the small dragon. And then when pressure overload is redeemed, it turns off LandyTube, plays that animation. As it's doing that, it turns off pressure overload, turns on peer pressure. I don't know what this is. I don't think it exists anymore. Ah, that's the head pats. No, that can't be the head pats. What was this? I don't know. That was probably the peer pressure washer, which doesn't exist anymore, if I had to think about it. It turns on the hug. And then after the animation finishes playing, it switches back over to LandyTube in the big dragon. Then it moves around Foxy Fool or Junie, depending on who's on the stream. Alright, let me rest my eyes real quick. Why do those discussions use up so much energy? They're just words. I've got 2 hours left to stream. I guess I've got like less than an hour and a half. But wow, it feels like it's been like longer than the normal streams normally go. That's been the year. Well, yeah. February 14th. You followed me on Valentine's Day? Huh. You know, this is going to be the very first year that Valentine's Day is even relevant to me. I've never done anything for Valentine's Day before, but now I'm actually in a relationship, so it's just like, oh, I guess I should do something. I didn't think about it, and it's like 6 days away. Thankfully, my partner is a lot more on top of this than I am. Tired. I wanted to stream longer today. Why am I just kind of on the verge of just like, okay, I might call it. I mean, like eating out? Oh, I mean like eating out, getting gifts, or anything of that nature. You don't usually talk much here, but you wanted to say you've learned a lot about yourself in the past year? You think can owe a lot of that to this community? Means I'm really glad to hear that. That means a lot. I'm really glad that my community and I have been able to help. Hydrate. Used a lot of mental energy. A little. Stretch. Alright, I'm gonna stretch my hands this time. I haven't stretched them enough today. Still figuring things out yourself, but you say I've definitely helped to inspire you to look into yourself in certain ways. Yeah. And that's why I share my experiences like I do. The number of people, when I did my first coming out stream, the number of people that just kind of were there like, that's so relatable. Why is that so relatable? I wasn't prepared for that. But I'm glad I help those people learn a bit more about themselves. You don't have any crossover here in your circles, so you just say it. Honestly, been thinking you might be gender fluid for a long time. Tough to tell how much of it is interest in TG versus that. Some of both, presumably. Yeah, and that's something you can figure out in time. No rush. Don't let anyone else tell you what it is. Nice to get that. Haven't told a soul yet. I'm still not sure if I'm gender fluid or just kind of like, if I am gender fluid, it's between NB and feminine. But I don't know if I if those are actually shifting like that, or if I just have dysphoria days. It's hard for me to tell. I know for a long time I did not think I was trans because I was just like, oh, yeah, drawing myself as a girl, that's just, yeah, it's no different from drawing myself as different species. It is a different experience. It is something else to experience that I haven't in real life. That's the only reason. Nothing more. Don't want to stop being a guy. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I'm just over here like, look, even as a girl, I'm not going to be a particularly feminine girl. I am very much a tomboy at most. Which feels so silly. And it took me a bit to kind of accept that that's okay. Because at the beginning, especially, it was really feeding into the, yeah, but am I really trans if I'm this hesitant about it? Funny feeling of, oh yes, I want to be a girl, but also like, not a girly girl, tomboy. Feels like it's conflicting with itself, though, even though it's definitely not. Gender is confusing. And there's also the fact that girl is not any one specific thing. Guy is not any one specific thing. Non-binary isn't one specific thing. You don't have to like pink to be a girl. You don't have to like muscle trucks to be a guy. You don't have to wear plaid to be non-binary. It's whatever you want. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Whatever feels you. Awesome, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Several months. You struggle to categorize how you experience gender, so I mentioned it to anyone. And you don't have to fit yourself into any specific label. Labels are very helpful for helping to communicate with others, but you don't have to define yourself by them. You don't have to fit into the mold. Like, I think my best description is just kind of like anything but not a guy. Just like anything. And that's also an option. I know there are some people that are specifically he, she, but not with the they. They are either male or female. There are some people that prefer just the gender neutral pronoun. Also, gonna mute to do my vocal training. Thank you for the reminder, Nico Nyan. vocal training done. Good morning, Ancient Wonder. Font's getting very big again. Kame Kimono, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Green Bean Bongo Barrage. How did your stream go? Let me give you a shout out real quick. Anyone that is new here, I am When Wolves Cry Out, or you can call me Sierra. I am a furry artist. I draw.
Oh no!
I draw silly cartoons normally. Transformation themed in a lot of them. Sometimes macro themed,
Oh, no.
dental macro stuff. Any of you here that haven't checked out Okami Kimono, be sure to do so.
Oh no!
One of the people I've known the longest on Twitch, he draws like chibi style art, really cute,
Oh, no.
really good line work. One of the few artists I know on Twitch that does traditional work. Definitely go check him out. He does
Oh no!
a lot of art on streams. I believe he mostly does line work with ink pens and then colors it digitally. Also,
Oh, no.
what is going on? Why is there... That's a lot of... Why... Anonymous, thank you for the gifty tier
Oh, no.
1 subs too. Katsu Don Roscoe, Kale Wesker, Big Bad Art Wolf, an Axolotl
Oh,
Pain
no.
Jakey, Antler Noodle, Watcher Dragon, Vic Roll the Fluff Dragon, Thack Zero, Blue Spirit,
Oh no!
Agent Proto, Old Badger Dad, Azure Cyrul, Apex Polar Bear, James Rook 90, Iron Flask, LOL,
Oh no!
TNT MD, Fractal Cat, Bearfire, Leonardo JK, and Morpheus 80.
Oh no!
20 gifted subs. Yeah, I don't know where from. Thank you to
Oh, no.
whoever. Malcolm, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs to Doc Robotnik, Lucerne 7, Quifelio, Sonaj,
Oh no!
Aries Softpaw, Karu WS9,
Oh,
thank
no.
you so much for the Prime sub. Hype train has started. Yes, hype train.
Oh no!
First some subs today, right to 5. Yeah, it went straight to level 5.
Oh no!
Mal's giving 5 more. Thank you. To I can't pronounce that name. To Roomba Kitten, to Ginkazi, Proteus 195,
Oh no!
Archimede or wait. Archimedesi? Archimedesi? I probably
Oh, no.
mispronounced that. Thank you for all the support. Big Dragon, yeah, this is the level 5 Hype Dragon.
Oh no!
It's not quite finished. I have more plans for it. But this was kind of the work in progress.
Oh no!
But thank you again, Okami, for the raid. Thank you, Anonymous and Mal, for the gift subs.
Oh no!
Who was it? Thank you, Karu WS9 for the Prime sub.
Oh no!
Did I miss anyone? That just came out of nowhere.
Oh no!
Okami, how did the rest of your stream go? You may have responded to that. I think if you did, it got
Oh, no.
lost in, went well. Did new emotes and animated too. Oh, okay. I look forward to seeing
no.
them. Gonna need to close that
Oh
tab.
no!
Have to have you at here.
Oh no!
Bark. Oh, did you have any art that you'd like to share for today?
Oh no!
Give you permission to
Oh
share any links if you'd like. Draw for coffee. Good
no!
morning.
Oh no!
Stream is going well. You're good? Need to raid and run? Yeah. Yes, I forgot. Yeah, if you need to do self-care, please go do so.
no.
Get your food, get some rest, hydrate, do all the things. Thank you so much again for the raid. I apologize, I got distracted by immediately being bombarded with gift subs. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing more of your work.
Oh no!
Coffee, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription for 5 months. Level 5 hype train at 81%. Thank you so very much. Stretch? I shall stretch. Coffee, did you, I'm assuming since you said good morning, and knowing your general sleep schedule, I'm assuming you just woke up. Did you have a good did you have a good rest? Yeah, today we are just we were doing some chatting earlier. Oh my goodness, you can't see anything because we're on the Hype Dragon 5. I'm switching off the Hype Dragon for a moment. I'll switch back after. Every year I do a comic where me at the beginning of this year talks to me at the beginning of last year, kind of talking about all the things that happened over the course of this year. So this is just me working on my comic of things that happened throughout 2023. I am late on it. Normally I try to get done closer to the beginning of the year, but we're like halfway, we're a week into February. Alright, where were we? We were at like Hype Dragon 5, which is this one. Been on and off sleeping for a while. Did you have good sleep? Good. Good. Anyone that just arrived, because we did just have the raid. The reason the dragon is covering so much of the screen right now is because I have a thing where what's called the hype dragons. Basically, the bigger the hype train goes, there's increasingly large dragon avatars that you can redeem that basically cover more and more of the screen. And this is the biggest one. Because the normal dragon is this size. When you hit a level 1 hype train, you get this one. Level 2 I haven't drawn yet. Level 3 is this dragon. Level 4 I haven't drawn yet. And level 5 is this one kind of holding like a whole universe in that orb. Yeah, feel free to chill, hang out if you'd like. If any of you guys need to do self-care as well, please do. We're just kind of gonna be chilling, drawing a bit, chatting about things. She has the whole world in her claws, yeah. She keeps it safe. I've completely lost track of my train of thought. Also, if the dragon is taking up too much screen, you can get rid of it by redeeming any of the other avatars with points. If you don't have enough, you can poke the rest of the chat to do it. Always love gentle giants. Yeah, we like gentle giants here.
Alright, let's bring that beat back.
Nice, reset the small. Yeah, peer pressure always goes back to the start of the animation. I think the only avatars you can't redeem it on are the Overload Dragon and What If Big. What If Big sounds fun? What If Big is the sketchy one that we had earlier. That's the Anther Dragon sitting on the building. Avatar system is fun. Thank you. I've put a lot of work into it. It has been rebuilt like 3 or 4 times over the years, but it's pretty stable right now. Like, you can give almost any avatar head pats, and it's custom to that avatar. Some of them people have like custom head pats for if Snow's still in chat. When Snow tries to, I think it's when Snow tries to head pat the dragon, she instead noms the tail. With Cat here, if Zushi gives Cat head pats, it's instead a hug. Tempted to see if when I open for commissions. Love my dragons. They're at least... So, every Monday I do what are called donation doodles. They're basically pay what you want. You get... Every 90 days you can get one for whatever price you want within your budget. Once you get one for under 25, it starts a countdown for 90 days. During that countdown, any other ones you get have a minimum of 25. They're not colored, but that's how... Those are the ones I do the most. They're kind of this quality. At my current speed, I only open for big ones once or twice a year. I'm very slow at them. I'm trying to get faster, but sadly, working Mondays, you don't actually have to be there to get them. It is an ongoing queue. That's where you can get them if you want. The current queue is that. You can submit it whenever you want. I work on them in the order I get them, and you just can't submit another one until the one you have on the queue is already completed. What's the story behind Fox Rules? Basically, the long and short of it is that... Actually, let me see if I can find the image. So, back in the day, foxes, there was just so many foxes in chat. It was starting to get oversaturated so much that I was just getting really tired of foxes. And, see, I like foxes. So, I spent a lot of energy in kind of building up a playful teasing of all the foxes. That way, my brain wouldn't just start completely negative, like, completely being upset at them. And there were a number of things that happened with that. But the one that kind of stuck was when I saw this image here. Drawn by Daedry for Tangent. And it just gave me the idea of a bunch of fox rules. Like, Foxing 101, a fox class. What would you teach a new fox? So I went to a bunch of people and asked them without any context, like, give me a fox rule and what number it is. And those were the initial fox rules. I think I got like 20 of them. And then I turned them into a command where you can just redeem one at random. Then I added the ability to spend points to create a new one. And nowadays we have like 200 of them or something. we have currently 221 Fox rules. That's kind of the story behind the Fox rules. And then what I expected to just be a silly little thing that kind of was a temporary joke just kind of became something that everyone loved and became a staple of the stream. Especially once I had the idea to, for whatever raid it was, I couldn't come up with a raid message. So when we raided out, I'm just like, you know what, guys? Everyone, use the Fox rule command, get a random Fox rule, and when we get there, we're just gonna spam their chat with Fox rules. That's gonna be our raid message. And the streamer apparently found it really fun.
Well, what can I say?
And I've just done that ever since. Anytime we raid out, everyone just grabs a Fox rule, and then that's their raid message. It's been like that for a year or so. Some people will read out every single Fox rule that is posted. Some people will see the Fox rules and be like, I'm not reading all of those. And some people don't even acknowledge them. It's always fun when people really get into it and just read every single Fox rule. Especially since sometimes there's like 25 of them, if a lot of people are participating. And if I ever do it in a new channel, what's fun there is seeing other people who have Fox Sonas react to these rules like, wait, this was a rule? Why wasn't I informed about these? So I've just kept doing it. I enjoy the Fox rules. Although there's like one or two, there's probably 2 or 3 of them that are written by me. The rest of them are written by the chat and community. And it is, when you create a Fox rule, you do technically create a lasting, or you leave a lasting impact on the stream. That is a rule that will forever be in the rotation of Fox rules. None of the Fox rules are credited to the people. They're just by the number. Some people will leave a specific number that identifies it as them. Because fun fact, to anyone that doesn't know, you can choose whatever Fox rule number you want. It doesn't have to be a new number. So we have so many Fox rule number 3s. That's become its own joke. But yeah, they're not credited to people. But the idea that you put forward will continue being part of the stream going forward. Every Fox rule in the list, aside from like 2 or 3, is someone's impact on our silly little culture here. You worried you will override someone's Fox rule? You can't. Even if you choose the same number, you can't. If you choose number 47, there's already a rule 47. There's just going to be 2 different rule 47s. Because I can tell you. Let's see. What Fox rules have we had recently? There's a Fox rule 420. I know we don't have 420 rules. What's some other ones that were done recently? What VTuber program do I use? I missed that comment. I use LandyTube. I use LandyTube for the base of it, but then I have my own programming layered on top of it. my programming is what handles keeping track of like which avatar it is, what redeems are turned on and off, which head pats it is and stuff. But LandyTube takes care of the actual doing the avatar, reacting to my voice, making it blink. If I feel like it, I can set it up so that way they have lighting. I can make them bounce if I want. The lighting system is cool, but because I mostly do art, it's not as useful. But if I open something colored, that's honestly doesn't have the best colors. So let me find something more colorful. What's something colorful I've done? Why do I draw with such muted tones? Here, this'll work. Foxes tend to treat them more as guidelines than set in concrete. But yeah, you can't call up specific rules because that's just not how the system works. All right, let me go turn on the lighting engine for this. But the way it works is generally... Ooh, that is a very bright rim light. I turned down the size, but not here. But depending on what's behind it, will affect the color that's being cast onto the avatar as well. So it makes it work really well with games and stuff. That's one of the neater features of LandyTube that I don't use very often because I normally draw on a gray background. And when you just have a gray background, it just makes the avatar look a bit dark. I turn the saturation up a bit. What does that do? Difference I can tell. Just figure combining boxes. The other thing is also that I feel like the lighting probably works better with some of my avatars more so than with others. Like with this one, it actually works decently well. But with one like, say, NanoCat, actually no, that works pretty fine. Turn down the rim light a bit. LandyTube is a really neat little program. It also has some fun little features in it that I want to make more use of, including stuff like being able to add animations as you switch between avatars, or switch between different emotions in your avatars. But you can also... One sec. You can also program it to have multiple different idle or talking animations, and it will choose one at random each time it switches. So for example, Aota here has either the closed eye talking or the open eye talking, and each time I go to talk, it will randomly choose. But you can do like slightly different poses each time, and it can give a bit more liveliness to your model. Oh, and it has a few other things that I'm actually not going to get too into right now because I don't have a good example of them. But yeah, I like LandyTube. I was trying to build myself an avatar system with limited success, and I found out that LandyTube was already being made and could do most of the stuff that I was trying to program. Okay, what were we at? We were at the cat avatar. Not that cat avatar. That cat avatar. It is a really good program. It runs through Sammy, and I like the creator. The creator has... I feel so bad though, because the creator has gone out of their way to make changes to the software specifically to help me. And I had to step back at one point because I felt like my unique little setup was causing issue. Like, they were trying to put in stuff for me that the software wasn't designed for. So I think next time I try to mess with stuff, I'm going to redo a lot of mine to try to bring it in line with what the software is designed for. Like, they at one point when you refresh the system, it has to recalculate all the avatars there and stuff, all the different poses they have and everything. And if you only have a few avatars, it's fine. They did not account for anyone to have this many different avatars. And because I have so many, it takes like a full minute or so for it to refresh on mine. And they saw that and rebuilt that entire system after seeing how long it took on larger avatar systems. There was something else they did specifically for me. I think it was them adding support for a specific file, because I use a few different file types to achieve the different avatars. And they updated at one point and blocked out one of them. But because that broke my system, they went back in and added it. Hello, Veneer Kitty. Thank you. I definitely should not have so many avatars as I do. I should definitely just pick a few and focus on them and add a lot of quality to the... I just keep adding more avatars. Just add some more avatars. That's fun. Like, well, not that one. go back to a cat while I search for, like, the most recent one. Here, it's just called Big. This one I just added a few weeks ago, because this one's actually done on like pen and paper, and I plan on adding more poses to it and such. Multi-avatar syndrome. Here, let me go get the link for it. Let me switch back to the cat avatar. Stretch, hydrate, posture check. Alright. Done the things. Wanna go back to lurking? Okay, no worries, thank you for the lurk. And thank you for the reminders, Nekonyan. We got so much progress done on this. Definitely. First feature listed on that page is infinite models. Technically, you can have infinite models. One thing that I do like that I haven't personally gotten to work very well, just because of how I have it set up with my microphone filters. If you can set it up so that there's a talking frame, but also a yelling frame, so if your volume goes over a certain level, it switches to that one instead. Which I find to be a really cool feature that I haven't implemented to any of my avatars. End of the year comic? Yeah, we got so little progress on it done. But hi, Nines. I'll probably continue working on this off stream. You just avoid the decision between 2D and 3D by simply having your redeem to change between the two. I know people that do that. Here for your daily lurk and work cheering, Yon. Thank you. We're probably only going to be going... Oh, excuse me. Probably only going to be going for like 15 more minutes. But I appreciate it still. So little energy left. No stream forever. I don't have the energy for that. I planned on streaming for longer today, but I think I burnt through most of my energy having those discussions earlier. Spooky avatar time. Because what's the scariest thing to a bunch of furries and transformation enthusiasts? Humans. Only humans. Everything's human. That was a fun month, even if I had to end it early. Back in October, I made a rule that for as long as it remained possible, financially, I only drew humans. I only took human sketches, human commissions and such for for like the first half of the month before few enough people were doing it that I couldn't afford it anymore. So I was like, okay, you can have your furries back. I think that was like the actual wording I used. Like, fine, you can have your furries back. As long as it's financially possible, we just decided it would be funny to only draw humans is an all-time quote. So very much like the human drawing you bought for me. Good. I'm glad. Like the thing is, like I'm a little bit rusty on them, but because I've mostly been drawing furries for a while. But I started with humans. I spent years drawing humans before I ever drew anything anthropomorphic. My character started human, and then for years was just human with like wolf ears and a wolf tail. And then back in 2015, I turned her into a sphinx. And it was around that time I started opening up more to the idea of drawing for like proper furries. Then around like 2019 is when I just kind of just straight up started drawing furries, I think. Maybe it was a bit earlier than that. I don't know. You love humans. You also love those semi-human furries. I do often. When you say semi-human furries, do you mean like the Sphinx and stuff? You love hearing folks transitions into the furry fandom, makes you feel good. I was not immune. I got caught by the furry bug. Maybe the Sphinx. Yeah, because the Sphinx has the human face. I like my Sphinx. The Sphinx is my primary character, and it is the one that people have the most trouble drawing. There's a lot of furries that can't draw human faces. And there's a lot of human artists that don't draw, like, the paws and stuff. Which hilariously means that typically the best place for me to find commissions is within the transformation community, even if I'm not looking for transformation art. Because transformation artists very often know how to draw humans in order to turn them into animals. Or furries. Main OC is based off an Arctic Kitsune, so the silver fur hides. Checking, my mom was when I had to go on that trip last week, and at one point my mom just stopped me. It's just like, "You've got a gray hair there. No, you've got a few of them here. You're getting old." I'm like, I've had a lot of stress. She's like, no, it just runs in the family. Like, you're just yeah, it's just gonna happen. And I'm like, fair enough. I've seen my grandfather's head. My grandfather had a full head of hair, but it was just snow white. But my mom was also at one point like, "You've gained weight. I like it." I'm like, what the heck, Mom? Seriously, Mom. To get gray hair, just go ahead and color them silver. So, well, I have like one or like I have less. I think it was at the most like 5 or something. Throughout my entire head of hair, most of my hair is still dark brown. Depending on the lighting, sometimes it's light brown. There are some people that look. I've had situations where people looked at my hair and was like, "All right, so your hair's blonde, right?" I'm like, "No, no, it's not blonde." People can't get my eye color right. People can't get my hair color right. Like, at first glance, I look very basic when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, I just look like, okay, brown hair, brown eyes, cool. But my hair seems to come across differently in different lighting conditions. And my eyes aren't actually all brown. My eyes are mostly green. I have green-brown centralized heterochromia. But from a distance, they just look brown. Look, at some point, I'll just get to add in a gray hair or two to Sierra's design. I mean, technically, I could do that now. I have one or two. After sending that message, do you have permission to send what? What? Do you have permission to send a link in chat? Send that video? I'm going to say no to that. We have links in chat turned off. What about in the Discord? Yeah, as long as it's safe for work, you can put in like general sharing. I changed the command because of bots. Well, we got through like prepping out, talking about transition, coming out, talking about realizing that even though I'm Arrow Ace, that doesn't mean I can't be in a relationship with the person I care about. Got a few other things I need to go through still. Didn't get as much progress done on this, but we covered a lot of ground still. When you enter the library, please make sure you read the rules and agree to them before posting anywhere. I still gotta get with some people to make sure that certain rules aren't bypassing the verification system. Gonna scoot, need to keep on a semi-regular sleep schedule. Yep, we're about to wrap up anyway. Have a great night, and thank you for joining. Certain your ace for a while, but Arrow has been something you've questioned for a long time. Got into a relationship with someone who's Arrow Ace, and it's always been confusing what exactly it is, even though just called it a queer platonic. Yeah, for me, like, the relationship I'm in, from my end, it is queer platonic, because I don't have the romantic or physical attraction, but they are still the person that is super important to me. They are my special person. They are my partner. They have been for years, but they're not Arrow Ace. So it's queer platonic from my side and just romantic from their side. We're both aware of this. We're both okay with it. Where would you share others' art? In general sharing. $1:00. That means I can start wrapping up stream without feeling guilty. I'm gonna save this and move over to the stream ending screen. I got distracted. What was I doing? Yes, I was moving over to the stream ending screen. Thank you everyone for joining today. I'm going to take a little bit to get some rest because I used up a lot of energy apparently. I hope you enjoyed your time here today. I'm going to try to get some more work done in a little bit. We're going to go see who we're going to raid. Who do we have? The screen stuff, we'll raid a fox. Alright, everyone. Get your fox rules ready. Anyone that is new, you're going to use the command fox rule. You are going to copy the fox rule that you get to your clipboard. that is going to be your raid message for today. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope that you had a good time. Please make sure that you take care of yourself. Get some rest. Eat food. Hydrate. If you have over-socialized, take some time for yourself. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Also, hi, Enigmatism. I see you sneaking in there. I hope you've been doing well. Don't feel like it's for a good reason, remember? Any unless there are more than 10 rules posted. This is true. She's very stubborn about it. Alright everyone, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Have a wonderful rest of your day.